good enough. You know, we guarded, played hard, too many turnovers. Some of them certainly they forced, and some of them we just gave it to them. And we missed too many shots right around the rim. So when you do that, tough to win. And give them a lot of credit because they're a good team, very good team. And on the glass, we're supposed to dominate the glass, and that didn't happen tonight. And that's probably the difference in the game. For Jimmy, right?
It was a battle tonight with Johnson, almost the whole night. Can you talk about that, that confrontation during the evening, please?
Well, he's a good player. We just tried to keep him out the paint and, try to wall up as best we could. And it was a tough battle, but that's all I really got to say.
Double tonight, but it seemed like every time you guys got close, just almost too aggressive going to it. You wanted it too bad. It seemed like not just you, but the collective you, the whole team. Just talk about trying to get calm, trying to get.
It's a tough place to play. We just tried to stick together, but we didn't do that at all. And we just got to regroup. We got to talk as a team, but we definitely didn't do it at all when stuff got tough.
Coach, it's kind of weird to ask this question, but you were doing this, seemed like you were doing as good a job as you did in the first game of the season against them on the 3 line. They weren't shooting well from the 3. They bring Ivy in to play with Johnson. How big of a difference did that make that they were able to go inside?
That didn't make any difference. What made a difference was that they kept offensive rebounding, right? To me, that's what made a difference. What made a difference was we kept turning it over. Like, the personnel is the personnel. I mean, they have good players everywhere, right? There's not a player on their roster that's not good. They all contributed. They're all good. But that stuff, no.
Jimmy, would you say those turnovers were you guys kind of out of control, or what would you attribute them to?
Just not taking care of the ball. Just, no excuses. We got to be strong. Particularly me, I had 7 turnovers. Got to be strong. Got to take care of the ball.
I just thought maybe you were kind of on a frantic pace or something and you couldn't get control of it.
Occasionally. But for the most part, again, they tried to they double teamed him every time he touched the basketball, right? So you're going to have a couple turnovers, and occasionally he sped up. But you look at the numbers, you're going to say, oh, he had 7 turnovers. I mean, he had 20 points and 17 rebounds. Like, they're doubling him. We got to cut better. We got to move better. He probably has to move the ball a little bit better, but he's 10 for 16 from the field. It's not like he was 10 for 25 from the field. I mean, he was 10 for 16 from the field. So.
Rob, was it just because you came close, I think, 4 or 5 times to getting the lead? I mean, you got it down to either 1 or 2.
Yeah, we couldn't get over the hump.
Shot
Yeah.
or
Turnover. Yeah, and then, listen, they're a good team and they're explosive offensively. And we didn't do quite good enough of a job defensively. And they have really good players. It's hard to, we defended the 3 pretty well. Not perfect, but pretty well. But they were able to overcome it because of offensive rebounds and because we had 15 turnovers and they had 7. So, to me, that was the biggest thing. We shouldn't have 15 turnovers to their 7, and we certainly shouldn't be -9 in second chance points against them. Last time we played them, we went to the foul line 30 times, I think it was. This time we went 17. So we weren't quite physical enough around the basket. We missed a ton of shots right on top of the basket that we need to make.
Coach Kalik tonight, just 1 point.
He struggled. Yeah, he struggled. Mm-hmm.
Why do you think he struggled what he did?
You know what? I don't have the answer for that, but he struggled, and he needs to play better. We all need to play better. It's not a him or this guy. We all need to play better, but we certainly need Kalik to play better. Next time he plays like this, our season's over, right? So he's got to understand that we got to play better, and he's not the only one. But last game we played him, he had 22, and I don't know how many rebounds, 9. Tonight he had 0. So that's something we got to fix.
2 possessions that kind of capsulize what you've been saying. The one, you take the lead, and then go down and give up an offensive rebound and give it back.
Yeah, we gave them up all night. I mean, all night, 14 offensive rebounds for 21 second chance points. All night we gave them up. And listen, they have good, guys that go and play hard and all that stuff, but it's not something we didn't know. I mean, we knew that Jay Kretzer comes flying in. He's done it for 4 years. We knew that. He got 4 offensive rebounds. We got to do a better job against him. Aaron Jackson, we know he's a hustle player. We got to do a better job against him. And Isaiah, a couple of them were right on top of the basket, so got to do a better job. Mm-hmm.
Jimmy, I know you got frustrated a couple times because you just couldn't get the whistle that you wanted. Just kind of go through that a little bit. Talk a little bit about it technically, because I know you probably thought, I don't know, they got you on the bump or got you on saying something to the ref or what, but just that whole sequence and actually the whole game just seemed like couldn't get the one basket that just kind of made you feel good.
I mean, I just try to play hard as I can, and sometimes I lose my head and get frustrated, and everybody tells me to keep playing, and it's just something that I gotta grow up and I gotta take ownership of and stop and know that it hurts my team, and I just try to go out there and play with as much passion as I can. And it's hard to hold it all in when you don't get the calls you want, but that's basketball.
And listen, I say this, and I mean, I feel like for an all-conference player, 2-time, he should be first-team all-conference this year. If he's not, that's a joke by whoever doesn't vote for him. But, he doesn't go to the foul line nearly enough for a guy who's a first-team all-conference player back-to-back years. But with that being said, and that's what Jimmy has to do a better job keeping composure, And again, next time that happens, that could be the reason our season ends. So he'll learn from it. Jimmy's a great kid, and you know what? You go through these things and you learn.
Final question for Coach or Jimmy.
Coach, Jimmy talked about Johnson, but it seemed like he was always kind of swooping in for.
He did a great job on the glass. Yeah, he did a great job offensive rebounding and got some big ones that I thought, I don't have the play-by-play, but I thought there were some where key stretches in the game where maybe we got to stop and we needed to get the rebound or, again, I don't know how many of his contributed to the 21 second chance points, but 21 second chance points to 12 is a huge difference in the game. And then points off turnovers is another big difference in the game. And for us, again, I'm looking at the stat sheet, points in the paint. Those are areas that we're supposed to be very, very strong with. And tonight we got outnumbered in each of those areas. And I'd have to look at the last time we played them, but I would guess that we were probably above them in each of those areas the last time we played them, and it's a big difference in the game.
All right.
All right, thank you, guys.
Thanks, Rob.
Thank you.